Welcome to Catalyst Conversations, the podcast where we spark powerful change in women's wealth. I'm Hadriana Leo, a wealth coach, counselor, and strategist, and each week we dive into the conversations, strategies, and stories that help women confidently create the life they've always dreamed of. So grab your favorite bevy, settle in, and let's get started on transforming your relationship with money. This is Catalyst Conversations, igniting change in women's wealth. Let's spark the conversation. Hey there, everyone. Welcome to this episode of Catalyst Conversations. I'm your host, Hadriana Leo, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my 2 cents. So it's all over the news. It's all the recent headlines talking about, the economy, the tariffs, the this one said and the that one said. And for many of us, we're listening to all of the doomsday sayers who are talking about, economic downturn in Canada. Now, don't get me wrong, the road ahead might well be bumpy. That's not a problem. I can accept that. But it's really easy to think, you know what, with all of this madness going on, I'm just gonna coast for a while. I'm gonna put these goals that I had created on hold. I'm gonna wait because the headlines are telling us, whoa, be very careful and wait for more certainty. But what if waiting is actually the riskiest move of all? What if your goals and dreams are actually at risk because of that wait and see approach? In this episode, I want to share with you my perspective on why a wait and see approach to your future, to your goals, to your dreams, whether it's buying a house, starting a business, or finally investing for your future, can actually have a much higher cost than you realize. Let's talk about how we can navigate the current economic environment with confidence and continue to build the life that you love without apology. So let's dive right in. So, in a time of uncertainty, should you be pressing pause on your dreams, on your goals? I believe that for many of us, waiting is not the safe bet that we think it is. I believe that waiting is a surrender of our power, and we are not here for that. Let's talk about the hidden costs of waiting. And there are quite a few costs, but we'll boil them down to 3 main costs. 1, the financial cost. The opportunities that we miss when we wait cost us far more than taking action now. The opportunities that we miss waiting for that perfect time to do the thing is costing us the opportunities to grow, the opportunities to build. These opportunities that pass us by cost us financially. And that potential investment that we could have had, the potential growth that we could have had, the potential movements we could have made towards achieving our goals and dreams, they lie in ruins because we sit waiting for that perfect time. And let's not even get started talking about inflation, because the longer we wait, the harder it's actually going to be for us to move towards our goals. So the financial cost of waiting, it's a hefty one. It's one that is quantifiable, but because it's so opportunity-based, we miss out on seeing it. So don't wait for that perfect time. There's also the emotional cost. And there's a toll that is taken on our emotions as we see our dreams and goals move further and further out of reach. It can lead to us feeling, stagnant. It can lead to us even developing resentment for those around us, the circumstances around us, and even those who we thought would have supported us and who don't. That feeling of resentment is a powerful one, and it adds to the emotional cost as well as that loss of momentum. You know how much more it's going to take for you to get started than it is if you start and you can maintain motion. So the emotional cost is no joke. And when we look at so much that we can gain if we are able to put our emotions in the right space, we get our energies focused on the right things, then we can actually be moving forward instead of sitting and waiting. Our emotions create the perfect environment in which to take action and move ahead towards achieving our goals and dreams. And then there's this other one, and this one's tricky. Um, we, when we wait, we find ourselves at more of, I guess, more of the mercy of the dream ceiling. And I certainly have experienced this. For me, I hit a dream ceiling when I was trying to create goals and dreams, but I had never yet experienced them. I didn't have people in my circle who had experienced them. But I knew that it was an idea in my mind that there are certain things I wanted to achieve. The longer I waited, taking actions towards achieving those dreams, the more that ceiling that compressed on my head kind of solidified and got more and more concrete and heavier on me. It's almost as if I gave embodiment, I gave structure to the thing that was in my way. I made it that I gave it time to solidify and to harden, and it made it that much harder to break through. So the cost of waiting, it's actually giving time for your I guess your roadblocks to solidify. It's giving time for that thing that's in your way to get really good and strong, which means it's going to be that much harder to break it if you break it at all. So let's not wait. How about we take some action with confidence, even in these uncertain times? So, how do you do that? How do you move forward first? And I always say this, I love to say this, focus on what is within your control. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the economy is outside of our direct control. Is this something that you can get up, take action, and move the needle on yourself? No. So, how about we remove our focus from that situation? I'm not saying that you're unaware of it, you remain aware of it, but you take your focus away from it and you put your attention to the things that you can do that are within your control. That includes strengthening your financial foundation. It might mean adding a revenue stream. It might mean being a little more conscientious and intentional with how you spend your money. It might also mean taking the time to focus your mental and emotional energies on the things that will lift you up and not drag you down. Yes, you might need to stop listening to the news with every news broadcast and limit how much you are exposing yourself to the bombardment of the negatives. In fact, that focus and that intentionality is a big part of the stability and stamina stages of the wealth game. So if you haven't yet taken my wealth assessment, please do so. You might just find yourself getting some tools that'll help you move from these stages. And a big part of that is where you focus. Second, play the long game. I know we all want it and we want it now. We want everything everywhere all at once today. In fact, yesterday would have been even greater. But wealth is built over time. And there's a desperation that everyone can smell from 5,000 miles away that comes with us wanting to have everything immediately. Wealth, true wealth, is wellness, and wellness is a long game. So don't fall for the get rich quick schemes. Don't fall for the high risk, not tried and true, not yet proven options that are out there where you literally can lose the shirt off your back. Don't fall for these. Take the time to become a sophisticated investor. Take the time to learn more. Take the time to grow your network with some smart, really savvy people who can help you become that, embody that identity of a confident investor. So play a long game and don't get stuck with that short-term approach. That volatility is going to eat you up in no time flat. And thirdly, make a plan. There's so much power in making a plan. Having a clear financial plan is the ultimate antidote to uncertainty. If you're confused, if you're not sure, write it out. What does mean moving from this shy, scared, risk averse, taking no action, analysis paralysis person to a confident investor taking steps to becoming who you want to be and achieving your goals and dreams? What does that look like? Write it out, put it into action, take the steps you need to. And yes, you might rejig it along the way, but there is power in a plan, and it's going to help you move forward with confidence as opposed to being stuck in a cycle of fear and paralysis. So don't let the headlines dictate the timeline for you taking action. Don't let all the power plays and egos that are out there determine the viability and achievability of your goals and dreams. Take action. Don't wait. If you wait, you won't see, or what you see, you certainly won't like. So take the action now. Do something right now. And if you're feeling stuck, not sure how to move forward, why don't you apply to join our care coaching family? The current climate is not exactly conducive to, it doesn't inspire a lot of confidence. I get that. But my clients within the care coaching program, they certainly are taking confident steps towards their goals and dreams, and you can do that too. Let's build that plan together, a plan that empowers you, it moves you forward, and it puts you in a position to actually getting things done. If you haven't yet, consider getting a copy of my book, Becoming a Wealthy Woman on Purpose. I'd be happy to sign it for you if you just send me a quick note. And that book also provides a great roadmap to getting you on your journey through to wealth. So thank you again for joining me for this episode. It has been my pleasure. Remember, don't wait and see. Take action now. Until next time, take care. Thank you for joining me today on Catalyst Conversations. I hope this episode sparked something powerful to help on your journey to building wealth confidently and unapologetically. If you loved today's conversation, be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. And if something resonated with you, I'd love to hear about it. Let's keep the conversation going. Until next time, keep moving toward your goals, stay empowered, and continue sparking change on your wealth journey. This is Hadriana, and you've been listening to Catalyst Conversations.